Maybe you can think that's funny, but the last thing I need is some mischievous boy trying to give me the creeps.
If I wanted to give you the creeps, I'd tell you that it was the ghost of a long-dead alien.
How X-Files of him.
How do you know it isn't a ghost?
What? You think this is where aliens end up when they die? If it is, then this place better be hell, because it sure isn't my idea of heaven.
Now you're starting to give me the creeps.
Alright, so there isn't really much we could do aside from this now small hole that was revealed by the ghost. Well, only one thing left to do.
It's too small and dark to see if this hole leads anywhere.
So let's go ahead and just dig it.
I'm gonna see if I can enlarge the hole. Maybe there's something under here.
Yeah, maybe something lives down in that hole.
The utterances of experts.
Maybe the tomb of the. Maybe it's the tomb for the Ark of the Covenant.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe
gotta
the Ark of the
shine-
Covenant was an alien thing.
We gotta shine the light in just the right place.
The ground is soft here. Loose. I think this used to be an opening, and over the years, wind has filled it up with sand and dirt.
Here, let me see.
Bring on the archaeologist.
Ah!
Oops.
Yes, that's right. You're probably right.
That means the ground is treacherous. It could be hollow under there.
Commander, I think it's time for an archaeologist to do the digging. I'm used to dealing with drifted soil.
The shovel is yours, Brink. Just be careful. The ground's pretty unstable. My feet kept sinking.
All
My
right.
whole training is to be careful. Not to charge in with guns blazing.
So you can tell he doesn't really like the military.
Finally, a good use for my extensive training.
Such expertise at work. We should feel very blessed.
No! It's completely... I can't... No!
Jeez.
Why did you have to predict that?
I couldn't get to him in time. I couldn't.
It happened too fast.
Alex!
I'm
How long a drop
acting.
is it?
Looks like the rubble has formed a ramp. Follow me. Here he is. He's not moving.
Brink. Boston. He's dead.
Damn.
I should have been the one digging.
Then you'd be the dead one.
It was my responsibility to.
Brink and I are not children or trained monkeys. We're responsible adults. It could have been any of us, and there's not a thing you could have done to prevent it.
But to lose Brink, and we've only been up here.
Look, you can't keep me safe, and I can't keep you safe. So there's no particular reason for us to stay together. Our odds of getting back to Earth are better if we work separately on figuring this
That's
place
never a
out.
good idea in a horror movie.
I don't like the idea of splitting up.
Why? Because we're safer together?
Well,
Ask Brink
duh.
about that.
Because maybe I won't know what I'm seeing without you to help me understand it.
If you find something interesting, the communicators still work. Till then, adios, ciao, sayonara, auf Wiedersehen.
You forgot
Maggie, it's against
aloha.
every rule of military action for an officer to be separated from his command.
Boston, this isn't a military action. And you don't have a command. There's just you and me. And we both know exactly the same amount about this situation. Which is to say, nada, nothing, zip. If we suddenly find ourselves facing an army, then you're in command again. Until then, adios, ciao, sayonara, auf Wiedersehen.
Nobody likes you when you smart off like that.
Yeah, all my psychological tests as a kid said that I didn't work well with others.
So this is what failure feels like.
So, yeah.
What did he say there?
This is what failure feels like.
Oh. Okay.
So we got the shovel back, but obviously we've had a kind of a big revelation. We've lost Brink. And Maggie now wants to go off on her own. So this is kind of where the game begins, because now we are kind of let loose in it. Let's look at Brink's body.
You could be irritating sometimes, but you sure didn't deserve to die.
Thank you, Boston. All right, so let's go ahead and look around. It looks like we've kind of entered kind of a hub for whatever this actually is. So at this point, let's actually just... So we see a sealed door here.
Doors everywhere. I wonder which one is the pay toilet.
And then there's this unusual alcove. That actually looks like the shape that we had with the ship. So, and it looks like we can actually manipulate it at some point. So maybe we will gather more plates to be able to maybe make a ship home?
I would hope so.
We have more doors. More doors. Yeah, so this looks like basically a hub area.
Purple engraved rod.
We have an engraved rod.
In rod we trust.
Well, if you'll
Another
remember...
one of these engraved sticks. What are they? Wands? Batons? Bludgeons? Maybe some kind of handheld computer game. With my luck, it's a hand grenade.
You'll remember when we went into the ship, another rod was given to us. And this one is actually a little bit different. So with this one, it just says that it's 5 geometric shapes. With this one, though, you can actually look at it. So, oh, look at that. We have even more geometric shapes, but there's only 4, and they're kind of specific. So, and the fact that it's purple makes you wonder if maybe it can be used on maybe one of these doors, because we can see, like, all of these have kind of 4 holes. So, maybe let's look around and see if we can find, like, a purple door. Because maybe if it's a purple door, then it's associated with the purple rod, and that's where we can find the purple people eater. Did I say purple enough in there?
I think you said it quite enough.
Alright. Well, right now, this is really the only purple-looking door, so... Let's try it out. And you can actually manipulate these shapes. So, let's actually take a look at this one again. Red circle, red circle, and blue diamond. So, let's go ahead and create that. Now, unfortunately, there is no back button. You can only go forward. So I have to, like, set these up every stinking time. Okay, and then the last one was a blue diamond. Yes, it was a blue diamond. So, insert Lucky Charms joke here.
That's me, Lucky Charms. The magically delicious.
There we go. And nothing.
No, it wasn't a blue diamond, it was a blue square.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
No, it was a diamond.
I swear it's a square.
Well, it's a similar shape, but yeah, we set it up, nothing happened. So, okay. Well, that's not good. Maybe use it on this one. Maybe it doesn't have to be color coordinated. This is the one thing I don't really like, is that I am moving, like, I'm clicking kind of madly, and the game is trying to keep up. There we go. So this one was a circle, and then the final one was a diamond. Because here's why I'm not saying it's a square, because this is a cube. So it's just something to keep them a little bit aligned. There we go. And yeah, nothing. So exit. No idea. So we can't use these doors yet, but maybe we can go down this dark tunnel, because that's always a good thing to do in an alien planet.
That is always a great thing to do.
I know, right?
The xenomorph's gonna go, "Rah!"
Exactly. We are then going to be housing its young. Holy CG, Batman! I don't know why we're using the flashlight. It looks like this place is well lit. Not really. Wow. This was CG cutscenes back in the 90s, people.
Yes, it was.
And this was innovative at the time. Now it's kind of aged. I love this game and all, but it's kind of aged.
Look, a light at the end of the tunnel.
Are we supposed to stay away from the light?
Oh, you want to head towards the light.
So it leads us into kind of a crystalline room. And And we have a button. We can press the button. Let's press the button. Keep in mind, if you actually end up on a barren alien world, don't press the button. You don't know what the button does.
Okay, the way that rock formation is, with those several green crystals clustered together, I really thought it was like a witch hunched over.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like it's kind of like an airlock system. So, let's go in here.
This looks like a command center.
Is Zordon somewhere?
Look at his face.
He's very serious. This is serious business to him, Alex.
Not the seriousness, it just from the distance and the angle, it just looked really weird.
Yeah.
Look.
It's one of those things LucasArts never really figured out with distance. Okay, so we have
Boom.
what looks like maybe a puzzle, but
Boom, boom, boom.
not really a whole lot we can do with it. Yep, I don't think there's really a whole lot we can do with this room. But we have to find something to do. Press the button. That's always a good thing to do. Press the baton. As Aaron likes to say it on GameBrux. Press the baton.
The baton.
But there's a baton. Why don't you press the baton? Okay, back down the dark tunnel, and thankfully, once you've actually visited an area, you can actually kind of double-click and skip the cutscene.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be helpful. Let's go down this ramp. Maybe there's something down here. Oh my gosh! They're pulling out the camera! I swear Steven actually did direct this thing.
You might as well have.
Oh no. I forgot about the... Okay.
It's hot here, and it's glowing down there. 10 to 1, it's the power source for this place. All I need to do now is to find the light switch, or the plug, or the fuse box, or whatever makes this thing work. An instruction manual might help, maybe a map, and I could use a sandwich, and a hot jukebox and a cold beer, or just a starship headed for home. Get a grip, Boston.
You know, this is one of those things that actually kind of makes you feel for Boston. Is like, he is talking to himself, and yeah, that it does indicate crazy, but, well, in isolated environments like this, that's what you do.
That really is.
And yeah, I mean, he's on an alien world, and the first thing that he wants is a cold beer. I mean...
a sandwich, a cold beer, a jukebox.
A jukebox, and all of that.
Control
now,
panel.
The sad part is that this actually is one of the more complicated puzzles. So we may actually need a magic cut so that I can bring up the solution for it. But before we do that, let's actually look at this control panel. Yeah, so this is the puzzle itself. Exit, and then that actually is... So basically, if you noticed, I'm going to look down the edge again. If you notice, we have two of those lasers actually hitting this triangular area, and one of them is off in the distance. So that makes you wonder if maybe this unattached lens is supposed to go onto this to focus it up there. So I want to go back up. There we go. Okay, so we're going to need a magic cut really quick while I bring up this puzzle, because it's really complicated, and I don't want to have to like look up the lore to be able to figure this one out. So magic cut. Let's see. Okay. Okay, we're back. So, one of the complaints that I actually do have about this game is that there are two puzzles in it that are amazingly complicated. And there's not really a good in-game explanation to be able to solve them. So that's why I actually had to go look this up, because I didn't want to make people wait. And if you want to call me a cheater, you can, but I've talked to numerous people who played the dig, and they all had the exact same issues that I did. And so with this one, this actually operates a drone that could actually go down and get it. But if you don't put in the right color coordination, it's not going to do what you want.
Right.
It's going to go off and do other things. So with that, let's go ahead and figure out the buttons that we need. Okay, there we go. So this one we need 5 of that, and then 2 yellow, which is the bottom right. Then we also need 1 red, and red is the center. So is that all we need? Okay, cool. So once we have this this combination put in, we press this triangular button. And that sends the drone out. And of course the drone is a diamond. Everything's geometric shapes in this game. And so now it picks up the lens. And it goes back up. Well, damn it. Actually, we have to do this way anyway. So, first of all, we have to hit the clear button, which is top left. Because now we have to input new instructions. So, 5 purple, and then we need a blue one, which is top right. So, 5 blue, and then 1 red. And now we have our instructions. Let's press this button again. So this will send the drone back out with the lens, and now reattach it to where it's supposed to be.
There we go. Now we're talking.
So it looks like the only reason we didn't get that was because the area had lost power. So this is basically like a power nexus. So let's go ahead and remove this. Oh,
Blue crystal.
I'm sure we'll need this at some point. Oh, crap! Turned off the lights.
Who turned out the lights?
Well, is this thing still running? Yes, it's still running, so we don't give a shit.
Operating normally.
All right, so give us the edge again. So maybe we'll take this blue crystal with us. Maybe it'll help. Since we already know it powers some things. Thankfully, we can just walk back up. And we can walk to this open door. Exploration, isn't it a wonderful thing?
So much for the cafeteria idea.
Boston, are you there?
I just got the power turned on and a door opened up here. They use geometric shapes as a kind of combination for the locks.
Boston, you won't believe where I am. I'm in a place filled with alien technology, the most fantastic things I've ever seen. And the machines are working.
What are they doing?
I don't know yet. I mean, they're really alien. Like nothing I've seen before.
Don't go too fast, Maggie.
I'll be careful, Boston. But it's not like we have time to use correct scientific procedures to test these things.
Where are you? How can I get to you?
I wish I knew. It's a sure thing you can't get here the way I did. I slid through a low tunnel in the rock, and then it kind of got filled with debris when the roof collapsed.
You could have been killed.
Gee, I guess this isn't safe. But if we'd been together, whoever went through the crack second would definitely have been killed.
Ooh.
Keep that in mind when you're thinking about coming to save me. I handled it just fine.
Yeah, I guess you did.
We're both doing okay, Boston. We'll find a way to connect up with each other when it matters.
Maggie, good work.
Thanks, Boston.
Okay, so she's in an area that looks like there's working alien machines. So that's good. We're figuring this place out. Let's go ahead and press this interesting little light and see what happens. It brings out the dudes from Marble Madness! Fairly safe to say this is a mode of transportation. So let's go ahead and step into the giant marble and see what happens. Oh, ow, 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 ow! CG cutscene! Yeah, these cutscenes look really dated. but it's okay. So we're in a brand new area.
Now I know what my pet hamster felt like.
All right, this weakened door. Is this where we're supposed to go?
I need some help to pry this door open.
Okay, well, then we can't do that. Let's go ahead and step outside, I guess. Oh, look at this. So we can go up, we can go down. I'm going to prefer that we go down to the water, because, I mean, at some point we're going to need a water source. So...
Plenty of water here. If it's drinkable, then we won't die right away. We'll have plenty of time to starve to death.
So positive, Boston. Oh, hi, Mr. Turtle. Ooh! Well, there's nature's ecosystem at work. Well, I don't think Boston's actually gonna step in the water now.
If Maggie were here, I'd tell her not to take a chance on swimming in the same water with a large eel that may or may not think of her as dinner. So maybe I'll take my own advice and stay on dry land.
Probably a good idea, Boston. Alright, let's go ahead and head on up and see what's upstairs. It's one of those things that I actually do appreciate the visuals of this game, where they actually did try to create a legitimately alien and barren world. Oh, and what's this? Okay, well, let's try this strange device out.
Another ghost. The last one pointed the way down into the Nexus. Of course, that's how Brink died.
Yes, they're all just trying to kill us. That's what's happening here. Well, we have a switch to press, so let's press it. Not sure what that did. Oh. Bright light. Let's follow the light. I'm sure it's going to lead places. So, believe it or not, once you can see all these spires right here, right, Alex? Eventually, this becomes kind of a fast travel system. So, we can eventually unlock more light bridges to be able to walk around all of these other areas, because that's pretty much the exploration area. So, hit the spire, and let's go ahead and go in here and see what happens. And you were eaten by a group. No, I'm kidding.
A bunch of displays set into the walls. Inscriptions here and there. I'd say it looks like some kind of museum.
Okay. And we have some glowing crystals on the ground. What the heck are these?
Strange glowing crystals.
Okay. And then we also have these tablets. Let's check this out.
Symbols written on a plate. Looks like an alphabet.
Okay. And then we can also see that there's a couple of displays. So, yeah, this is technically like an alien museum, and we do actually need to get some information from it to understand the lay of the land. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, look, more CG. So apparently this is like a port of some kind for the ships. These must be the alien creatures that inhabited the planet. Oh, they're friends, it looks like. Doing stocks together.
To a bar graph.
What?
It looked like a bar graph.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at this graph!
Look at this graph! That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to say, hey, look at this graph! Oh, and this, okay, so more bird-like people.
A griffin.
We may have seen the origin of the Chozo, so now we know where Samus came from.
Yay!
Oh, and more spires. Okay, apparently they worshipped it. And then they didn't. And a tree.
With the moon behind it. Or the sun.
Could this be some sort of burial chamber?
Okay, well, maybe we'll keep that in mind at some point. That was a little confusing to me right now. And I've played this game. Oh, and look at this. So an orb over what looks like a dead bird alien.
Two halves of a Death Star tied by a jump rope.
And Metroids. And then dead.
Skeletal Metroids. Or is those...
And then looks like alive again. Okay. Well, that's weird. And we have another engraved rod, so we're gonna need that.